The opt-out world, Mr. Karam, what are your thoughts on all of this?
Well, obviously, New York State testing is here right now.
Yeah.
It's law. It's it's something that we're going to follow up on and do as a school district to follow regulation. But
yeah.
The bottom line is this: parents, parents have a right, to either have their kids tested or not,
right,
or allow their kids to be tested or not. They have the final say. So that's
game changer here, though, is we have a group in town that involves teachers. This is a game changer when the teaching staff and the union comes out and endorses the opt-out. This is really, I keep saying this, and I'm not sure that anybody believes me, but I think this is a dangerous move with a governor like Andrew Cuomo.
I can't really speak for that. All I can tell you is that from a district standpoint, from our standpoint, obviously, we will administer the tests, and then the actual final decision, obviously, will be with the parents on whether or not. What
is your policy on? They say there's a sit and stare policy. Some schools make the kids sit in front of the test for 30 minutes. What are you guys doing in the Utica district?
Our students who will not be taking the test will be in the classroom and either doing work or reading or something like that. But that's what we will be doing.
Would you agree with this? And I think this is the obvious. This needs to be resolved. This is causing anarchy and within the school system. Parents, teachers, the union, the district, the government, the political figures. This is something that really needs to be addressed and fixed, I would think, pretty quickly here.
Oh yeah, I think so, because what we're seeing here is a wide divide, and we're seeing this growing, I think, on a daily basis almost. And I think all parties, all sides need to get together here, and need to talk about this, and need to discuss, this issue very carefully, and as far as and come up with a testing policy that has all the that has taken the input from all the stakeholders into account, and not let something just be legislated.
And a couple other quick questions on this, but the evaluation process, Utica is a perfect example of how teacher evaluations, 50% of the test scores, which would be used to help base an evaluation, how that can be really unfair for a teacher with English second language and so many different social issues that are going on. You can see where teachers are upset over the potential of 50%, even 40%.
It's not 50. It's lower than that. And what we're since this was just been passed on April 1st as part of the governor's budget proposal, we are still going through the language because it's only been we've really just starting to receive some of this, and within the last week or so, and we're still deciphering it from the bills that were written, that were passed by the legislature. But also what we're waiting for are guidance documents from the New York State Education Department, who do their interpretation and also put in their input on this, on how to proceed, to make sure that we are following the laws and the regulations as they were intended to be.
This would be the time for all parties involved to get together and really negotiate this thing and come up with something that is going to work for everybody.
Yeah, as far as the testing goes, yes. The rest of this, I mean, I think it's it's already been put through, unless there's any amendment bills that come forward.
Yeah.
After this is implemented and it is seen that maybe some of this needs to be adjusted as we go along, is kind of like a work in progress. I don't know.
Right.
But as far as the testing goes, absolutely, I think we need to get people together here, and all the stakeholders, the unions, parents, representatives, district representatives, and our legislators and everyone here, and come up with a good testing policy.
Yeah, something that works for ultimately it works for the kids, right?
Yes.
Superintendent Bruce Karam in studio, Utica School District, Chuck.
We talked about the high percentage of students opting out in other districts, and I'm imagining it's significantly less in Utica, maybe in part because there's so many English second language students, and maybe they're not getting caught up with, or their parents caught up with this, what's become a political debate.
Yeah.
So is there an estimate on how many students or what percentage will be opting out? Do you expect it to be a huge number?
It's going to be a larger number than last year. Will it be a huge number? I don't believe so, but it is growing. We're seeing it grow every year, and it's just.
Is there any correlation to students who are English second language versus those who?
Well, I guess the meaning of this, or the point you're making here, is that it's a little less than what the norm would be. You know what? We'd have to go back and take a look at that. But offhand, from what I've been seeing coming through, I don't believe that to be the case. But I would I would definitely do some research on that and take a look at that.
Yeah.
But that's not how we really break it up. But as they've been coming in, we've been processing.
Kristine.
I think some of the students, because of the fact that this has gotten so much controversy and press in the media, I think some of the students feel that the tests are more important for them now than they have been in the past. I heard one little one say yesterday, if I don't do well, I'm not going to get into college. And this was a 5th grader. Can you talk to those little ones out there who are listening, elementary school students and middle school students who are taking the test today, and let them know, whether the test has changed for them, the importance of the test has changed for them, or is it the same test that they've taken all these years?
Well, obviously, there's been changes to it. Okay, but my advice to any student taking it would be just do your best, just try, work hard, do your best, and that's all you can do. And everything will fall into place. Keep working hard. Keep doing your homework. Pay attention to your teacher in the classroom. Follow follow the instructions of your teacher. Do your homework, and do the best you can on the tests. And that's all you can do. And the rest will fall into place over time.
Utica is one of the schools that is on the governor's list as being a school that has struggled and needs to improve, and you have, it's 2 years to do it. What kind of pressure does that put on you guys? I know you got more money this year, but you're still way behind the 8 ball. I mean, you're not going to be able to hire a bunch of teachers back. Yeah. What does this mean for you? You guys are on a 2-year list here.
Yeah, well, obviously, with the severe underfunding over many years here, we've had to make very difficult and very tough budget decisions over the last 3 years, laying off teaching staff, laying off support staff like psychologists, social workers, and guidance counselors, and all of the things that we desperately need as an inner city school to educate our students. So we've laid off almost 300 people in the last 3 years in order to balance the budget. Because of, as everyone knows, and it's been widely publicized in the media, Utica is a severely underfunded school district and has been for many, many years. The one school right now that is in the situation, obviously, is King School. And we've made changes at King School right now over the last couple of years. We think King School is making progress. We see a turnaround at King School. We also have an outside organization that is assisting with the turnaround process, the American Institute of Research, AIR. They are in there every day assisting. The teachers are working very hard over there. The staff is working very hard over there. There's a new principal over there. I think they're all, doing a great job. And, there's a lot of needs in our schools across the district. And we're doing the best we can with the limited resources and the major budget cuts over the last 3 years, almost $20 million. We've had to, take out reduce our budget by and make cuts of, 20 million. So of course something has to hurt. And but I think we're doing a very good job, and our staff is doing a very good job right now in making progress in that school. So. I think we're all going to be pleasantly surprised with that down the road.
All right. And you talk about the stress it puts on teachers and staff members. You're much smaller staff today with budgets, and now you have this battle going on with the teacher evaluations. It's almost like they say a happy worker, a happy employee is a far more productive employee. But and I know you don't like to criticize the governor, and you never do. But it does seem that he has created a very unhappy work staff throughout New York State, and at a time when everything is on the line, it really puts a pretty big challenge in front of you.
Bill, absolutely. These are probably the most challenging times in education I've seen in the last 26 years. And, there's been a lot of changes, and a lot of things are different now. It's a very, the whole environment has changed. And we're doing, as far as Utica, the Utica City School District is concerned, I mean, we're all working very hard. Our teachers are doing an excellent job, I believe. And everybody's working very hard. And again, I go back to the limited resources, because resources is the key thing to this whole situation. But in addition to that, even some of the legislative changes that we've seen now over the last couple of years, I do believe down the road, after these are implemented, I do believe you will see amendments to some of these, to make them, I believe, work smoothly, or more smoothly down the road, and make adjustments. So I think we're pretty much, as from a legislative standpoint, I think we're at like a starting point, and as far as they're concerned.
Right.
And then we will move forward from here, but we will all work very hard to do the best we can with what we have.
You guys, we're always talking about the bad stuff, right? We're always talking about the scores, and if I were to throw out a student name, you're a superintendent of schools at a pretty large school, and you probably would not know a student's name if I were to throw it out, unless that student was Trin Tron, who is just like a little golden nugget for the Utica School District. This kid is unbelievable. And now accepted at all the schools, 11 schools, I believe. 5 of them are Ivy League schools.
That's correct.
She's going to be our next, well, not our next, but she says she's going to be Secretary of State.
She could be the next one. I mean,
She could be.
Just give her a little bit of time.
At this point, she sold me, I got to tell you that. This girl is unbelievable.
Oh, she is. She's absolutely unbelievable. She's very intelligent, presents herself very well spoken, a great representative of the Utica City School District and Proctor High School. I think she's done a tremendous job. She gets involved in issues that are very important to the district and to her school, and I think she does an admirable job in representing Proctor High School when she's out there doing that. She is an outstanding success story.
Yeah.
But she is one of many in the Utica City School District.
We don't normally talk about the good things. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, this year at graduation, we will go through the list again of all of our students that are going to Ivy League schools, Princeton, Yale, Harvard, the military academies, like they do, and this happens every year. I mean, we have students going all over the country to college, many of the real upper level schools, and I got to say, our teaching staff over at Proctor does a tremendous job. They do a tremendous job day in and day out.
This girl is to me, she's an example of not only what is good about our school districts, not just Utica School District, but all over, but the problems that you face, but it also shows the complexities and the problems. This is a young lady who came in who did not speak English when she came to this country, but what she had was a family infrastructure. Her mom really pushed for her when it came to education. And it shows you how someone who, English second language, can, with the right support staff. So when you have students that don't have that support staff, the pressures that are put on the school district to make this happen, it's such a complex problem.
Absolutely. But you just hit the nail, Bill, right on the head there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a classic example. And but this is a fantastic success story, and we're all very proud of her. But you're absolutely right, and what you have just delineated right now is what we need. These are the resources. That's the reason why we need the resources that we need to educate our students, and especially our students that are coming in from all over the world.
Right.
That's why we need these support programs. That's why we need these, these sheltered programs, these additional English classes. I mean, these are the things that we need and we cannot provide because we have cut so many staff over the last 3 years.
Yeah. Listen, you could take a radio job and just come on every day and criticize what other people have done. I mean, there is that option. It'd be a lot easier than what you're trying to do right now.
I'd rather you criticize and I'd be the supportive one.
Okay, all right. All right, I like it. Maybe a career in radio is in your future. Who knows?
Maybe down the road, go.
You got to survive this one first.
That's exactly right.
All right, Superintendent Bruce Karam, we appreciate your time. Tough job over there.
Oh, and Bill, listen, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here. I love coming here.
All right, good luck. Good luck today.